Hello everyone. We're going to take our first look at the World Division fights. Going to use essentially the same team and just swap out the breaker and buffers for the different elements. So first up is Dark Element. So for that team, so one of our rotating slots, we got Yoshikiri here just for like buffs and killer. So it didn't really give him any gear, he's just here to buff. Then we're going to be using Faye. Going to be using his shifted form mainly. So I gave him chain cap, killers, attack. Now, everything I believe is half machine, half something else. We focus mainly on machine killers just to make things easy. We'll swap out things if I need to go back and do perfects. And we're gonna just see like turn one kills, see where we stand with everything. So we're gonna use him as a chainer. So we just got the attack, killers, and everything there. So he's got 100 beast, 300 demon, 175 human, 300 machine, and the 50 reaper. Galoof is going to be his chaining partner with his shifted limit burst. So I gave him a double hand fist build. So we got 250 beast, 75 human, 200 machine, 125 dragon, 200 plant, 50 reaper there, 150 on the limit damage. Kralia is our dark team. She's going to imbue dark for everybody. So she's also going to preemptive 70% break. Carton we're going to use for frenzy chaining. So in his shift, variance claw, give him the machine killer hammer. He's got the chain cap and every chain boost on the low end. So we got 300 demon, human, machine, and reaper for him. He's got 50 beast, 50 aquatic. With bomb, he's got at least 50s there. 125 dragon and 175 stone. And then we're going to use Lara as a chaining partner overall. So, double handgun build, machine focus. So we got 300 human, machine, 200 stone, 200 beast, 175 avian, 50 insect, and plant killer there. Again, she's just going to chain, not going to use her limit burst. Alright, let's jump into the fights and see how they go. Alright, what did you do? Boost attack. Okay. So Yoshikiri. So we want to Frozen for the machine killer, and actually has human killer for this part as well. And then we'll Purge for some kind of buffs. And well, Hikikomori, just whatever there. Kralia, we're going to shift so that we can dark and view everybody. So add dark to Carton, to Laura, and to Galoof. Faye is going to use a dark move, so we're fine there. Alright, we're going to shift Faye and use his dark chain move. Galoof can just limit burst. Carton will shift and frenzy. And then Laura, and shifted, is just going to do her Magnus. Alright, so if we don't break the chain, we should hit like 101 chain, hopefully. Yeah, 100 chain, maxed out damage. First fight, I wasn't really expecting much. Take a look at damage. And yeah, Carton with Frenzy carried that pretty much. Although everybody, I think, did a lot of damage. So that should be a perfect score because 100 chain and maxed out damage. Just a little odd seeing the 17 on the damage in one turn there. Alright, so second fight in this first area, we're pretty much going to do the same thing and see how it goes. Alright, Faye needs to shift. Krya needs to shift, and Carton needs to shift, and then we'll just hit repeat. Alright, let's see if repeat breaks the chain on us or not. Which the back two are doing a single move, so the only worry on the multicast is Faye. Yep, still 100 chain. Should be plenty of damage still. Yeah, Carton's still in the lead. Alright, it's another perfect. Okay, the second area, it changes over to a wind element. And half beast, though we're not changing out the killers, so the rest of the team is the same. Yoshikiri's still here, so we changed out Krylia for Bulwark. So we'll have 80% break and the wind and view there. So gear-wise, didn't really give him anything, just going to use his base to buff and break. Everybody else didn't change, didn't even bother changing the killers. We'll see how we do. He break his own defense? Interesting. Alright, so Yoshikiri, we're still going to do our machine killer. We're going to do some kind of stat buffs with Purge. And then he can just keep his triple unlocked. Bulwark. So we're going to do Wind and View, and then we'll break. Okay, so our breaks, 80% breaks is better, which means he's not doing that good break. Alright, so we're just going to keep with the Mirror Sheen in the front, even though Faye's now doing a Dark Wind element. Should be fine. We're still going to Frenzy, and we're still going to do the break there. Alright, there's our 101 chain. And maxed out damage on the first fight. Yep, Carton's still carrying us, which is to be expected with Frenzy. So we get another perfect. Alright, so the second fight in the second area, we're pretty much just going to shift and hit repeat as needed, and should be able to clear it perfectly. Alright, Faye needs to shift and get ready. And Carton needs to shift and get ready. Everybody else is good, so let's hit repeat. Alright, that should be another perfect. Yeah, Carton's still in the lead. Yeah, Faye's doing mixed elements, so to be kind of expected there. There's our perfect. Okay, area 3, we change over to fire. And this time it's demon and machine. Again, we're not changing out the DPS gear. We're going to see how everything goes. So we have King Edgar as our breaker this time. So gear-wise, just gave him his TM. He's just going to give us a machine killer as well as break. That's all we need him for. And then Louise is going to be our other supporter for imbue, some other killers and everything. Everything that Louise does. Alright, let's jump into this and see how it goes. Alright, let's get phase shifted. Let's get carton shifted. Alright, Edgar. See, I think we only need to double cast. So we're going to do Bravo cooldown for the breaks, and then his equip for the machine killer. Louise, we're going to do Fire Aura, Power Boost for some stat buffs. Nobody's doing Spirit or Magic based damage, so we'll do Diverse and Firepower. So we'll still use the Dark Chain with Faye, Limit Burst with Galoof, Frenzy, and Volatile. Alright. $101 chain. Should have plenty of damage. Oh yeah, maxed out damage. Yep. Carton pretty much carried that himself. Alright, so there's a perfect 29 on the damage. Okay, for the second fight in this area, we're going to jump in and hit repeat and should be able to still get a perfect, I think. Alright, so Faye needs to shift. And we go to shift Carton. Everybody else is fine in the base form. So let's hit repeat and see what the damage is. Just over 10. So that's a maybe. So it's like, yeah, Carton did most of the damage. Faye and Galoof didn't do much there. Alright, so yeah, so 10 was still good enough. Because I don't know what the damage limits for score are on these fights at the moment. But still a 29 on the damage, so that's a perfect. Okay, so for this time, it is lightning based, so the only team change was Sylvie as the buffer. She has her TM just for triple cast, and that way she can lightning imbue us. Alright, Faye needs to shift. So does Carton. Alright, Edgar. We can just double again. So let's break. And Machine Killer. Sylvie. We need to Lightning Imbue. We're going to do 300 on Carton as he's kind of carrying, and then we'll do 250 for everybody else. Faye can continue with his dark damage. Galoof can do limit. Carton, Frenzy, and Magnus Flora. Alright, so once buffs are done, send in the chainers. Alright, 100 chain done. And 8.5. So we'll see if this has a lower than 10 billion for damage score. Yeah, Carton's still in the lead by quite a bit. Faye's still doing mixed element. Galoof doesn't have LB damage, so to be expected. Alright, so 29. Think that's another perfect? Okay, so the second fight here, we'll go in, hit repeat, and see if we get another perfect. Alright, so Faye needs to shift first. Carton needs to shift as well. Alright, let's hit repeat and see the damage. $4.5. So yeah, that went down a bit. Most of it is still Carton though. Looks like still good, so it might only be like 2 billion for the perfects on these runs. At least till the end stages. Okay, next area. Change to earth-based damage, and the other half of it is aquatic. We're not changing the team at all. We just moved from a lightning slot to a earth slot because Sylvie can earth imbue as well. So let's jump in and see if we still are able to perfect. Alright, we need to pre-shift Faye and Carton. Get the animations out of the way. Edgar just need the double, so we're just going to break with Bravo and drill for the Machine Killer. Sylvie, we need to Earth Imbue. And then we're going to 300 on Carton and 250 for everybody else. Triple Mira, Limit Burst for Galoof, Frenzy, and Magnus. Alright, 100 chain taken care of. $5.1 should be a perfect. Yeah, Carton's way in the lead now. Alora's doing pretty good for using her Magnus outside of Clash and still doing damage. Alright, so that looks like another perfect. Alright, second fight, we're just going to do the same thing and see if we continue to perfect. Alright, pre-shift. Alright, Edgar. We need brakes. We need machine killer. Sylvie. We need our earth imbue. 300 attack Carton, 250 attack everybody else. Mirror chain, limit burst, frenzy, and a Magnus. Wait for buffs. Alright, got the 100 chain. Yeah, Carton's still way in the lead. And another perfect. Okay, clearing the second Earth fight. Seems to unlock fight number 3 for all the areas, so we're back to the first dark area. Same team, we're just going to jump in and see if we still perfect or if they up the damage cap on these. It's still just boosting its attack. Alright, so let's get people shifted that need to shift first. So that's Faye, that's Carton, Kralia needs to shift as well. Alright, Yoshikiri. So let's do Frozen for the killers. Chakra Purge for some kind of stat buff. And keep his triple unlocked just in case. Kralia, we're going to Dark Imbue Carton, Dark Imbue Laura, Dark Imbue Galoof. Alright, so now we're going to Dark Mirror with Faye, Limit Burst Galoof, Frenzy, and Magnus. Alright, let's see if they up the damage cap on these. Alright, got the 100 chain. Okay, damage went way down though, so they're definitely a bit tougher. So yeah, Carton's damage went way down. Although, that's still looking like a perfect, because 17 was what the other ones were for the first area. Alright, so we're back to Area 2, the wind area for the third fight here. Again, not changing out the team. We're just going to jump in, see if we're perfect or not. And if we don't, I'll just come back with a changed up team for the fight. But let's see how we do with this. Alright, so Faye and Carton need to shift first. Speed up things a tiny bit. Alright, so Yoshikiri's still going to buff for us. So, Frozen for the Machine Killer. And then we can do Chakra Purge and unlock his triple. Bulwark, a double. So we're going to Tempo for the Wind and Imbue and Clang for the brakes. Continue to Mirror Chain with the front two and Bolting with the back two. Alright, let's see what kind of damage we get out of this. So we were at 1.1 on the first one. What do we get here? 1.2, a little bit more damage. So yeah, Carton's still under 1. It's still the 17. So if that's the max, then that's another perfect. We'll find out later. Alright, we're back to Area 3, the firefight. So let's see how the third fight here goes. Alright, pre-shift, Faye and Carton. Alright, Edgar is going to do our break and machine killer. Louise, so fire starter, power boost, diverse, and firepower. Seeing we don't need the spirit break. Still gonna dark chain with Faye, limit burst Galoof, frenzy Carton, and Magnus on Laura. Alright, everything looks good. Alright, 101 chain is good. .8. Yep, most of that was Carton. Alright, 29, so that should be another perfect. Alright, so we'll pre-shift just to get the animations done. Alright, so Edgar, we're going to triple cast this time. So we're going to break. We're going to drill for the machine killer, and then we're going to spear for the spear in peril. And Sylvie, we need to lightning imbue. 250 for everybody, and 300 for Carton. Alright, Faye's still going to do his double element. It's fine. Limit burst for Galoof, Carton, Frenzy, and Magnus for Laura. Alright, let's see how much damage we get with this. .101 chain is good. What's the damage? .1. So, depends on what the damage cap for this fight is. .6 on Carton's pretty nice though. 29, so that might be a perfect. Okay, so for the third Earth fight, we did change the team a little bit in hopes of capping out damage. So we're using Cindy as our buffer. She just has her hat. She's going to 280 attack buff the team and 100% machine killer. Faye changed to Graph, so I'm not doing double element. So aquatic machine killer there. 150 aquatic, 300 machine. Galoof didn't change too much overall. 75 aquatic, 200 machine there. Cacteria for the imbue and breaks. Carton, double fist, and aquatic and machine killer. 275 aquatic, 250 machine. And Laura, .75 aquatic and 300 machine. Alright, let's see if we get it. Alright, first thing. attack buff and machine killer. And we can get our two that need the shift shifted. Cacteria. So we need Earth and View. We'll do a Fist in Peril. And Defense Break. So Mirror Chain with the front two. Galoof uses his limit. Carton's going to Frenzy. And Laura's going to Magnus. Alright, 101 chain looks good. Question is, did we do enough damage? 2.3, that should be it, unless they up the cap on this last fight. Because I believe the one before this was just 2.1 or something. So yeah, Carton's still carrying us. 29, I believe that is a perfect score. Okay, so for what is released so far, we perfect everything, so we're tied for rank 1. Just have farming of the materials left to do, but not too bad for the first run through on everything. So we're going to end this video here. Hope everybody enjoyed.